Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. I'm going to have a look at a puzzle called Cornichon by Lorena today. Now, Lorena's featured a couple of times on the channel, but actually only done by Simon. So I'm going to have a go at a Lorena puzzle today, which I believe is easier than the ones Simon's attempted, according to the rating on Logic Masters Germany. Now, the rules are quite funny. Now, Lorena was amongst and at the very hard end of a bunch of puzzles that we recommended for the AI benchmark that Sakana was setting. And featured there because the particular rules of the puzzle required some very human, I thought, understanding of what they meant. And that is going to apply again today, I can see from this rule set. Also, I hope AI is not colorblind. Well, I hope you're not colorblind, because there is a subtle difference. There are two darker pickles. I will point, or pickle dots, I think they are. I will point them out to you, and they matter, it seems. I haven't really read the rule set properly, but I know there's a lot of pickle in it. We will get to this in a moment. Lorena clearly has a fine sense of humour, and I'm looking forward to having a go at the puzzle. I really don't know what's going to go on in it, but we will take that on in a moment. I've done a number of puzzles celebrating pi lately, and pi appears in the first digit, the first box of this puzzle. That, I'm sure, is a coincidence. Now, don't forget that we've got an app with loads of lines on it if you like line Sudoku, and we have many apps indeed, 12 in total. Some genuinely approachable ones, some classic Sudoku, various chess Sudoku, and of course the latest Fog of War, many other varieties, but the latest Fog of War, where you have to clear the fog to reveal the clues that you need to keep going. Brilliant fun. Give them a try on the links under the video. Of course, there's also a way to support SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD. There's our merchandise as well, featuring Amber Pictures' brilliant 2025 t-shirt. And there's the way to get to Patreon, where we always have some really interesting content, including Simon's recent solve of the Sudoku Scrabble mashup, the solves of Blobs' latest puzzle hunt. He's got another one coming up at some point. That's brilliant news. We've got connections videos there, crossword videos, all sorts going on Patreon. Do join us there. But the first link under this video is to this puzzle. I'm going to read what the rules say, and I think then I'm going to tell you what I think they mean, which will probably be fairly obvious in this case. Right, so the rules say this. I'm sorry, the rules seem to have been invaded by pickles. I hope you can still make pickle of them. Normal pickle rules apply. I'm going to interpret that to mean we're going to put 1 to 9 in every row, column, and 3 by 3 box. Two adjacent pickles on a pickle line have a difference of at least 5. Well, we've done enough German whispers to assume that that means two adjacent digits on a green line have a difference of at least 5. Pickles separated by a light pickle dot are consecutive, so let's assume that means digits separated by a light green dot. Pickles separated by a dark pickle dot are in a 2 to 1 ratio. So we'll assume that means digits separated by a dark green dot are in a 2 to 1 ratio. Not all pickles are necessarily shown. Have pickle. Let's assume that means have fun. It might mean have trouble. Who knows? But it's a fun idea. And I don't think it's, I don't know. Am I speaking only for English speakers when I say I don't think it's hard to interpret those rules? No, I'm also speaking for people who've seen German whisper lines before. But there we go. Sometimes we indulge ourselves. We like to have a bit of fun. I'm going to start now. Let's get cracking. So I can place 5 in box 1 because 5 can never go on a green line. Then don't think I can place other 5s. Obviously, these lines green lines alternate. Once you take out 5, you've only got lower and higher digits, and you're alternating between low and high. Now, I don't know which way they go yet, but that's the alternation marked out. Now, we've done low and high. I was going to say, yeah, okay, sometimes on light green dots, i.e. white dots, we can do another bit because this is another green line, so 5 can't appear on it, so it must be 2 high digits being connected consecutively. So this is low. Well, I'm saying low because I stupidly chose blue as a colour. Now, I didn't know that was low, but I do now, because that black dot, or dark green dot in this case, is connecting 2 digits of the same polarity, by which I mean either too low or too high. However, it can't be connecting 2 high digits, because 6 and 8 are the only high digits that can go on a dark dot, and they cannot go together. So those are low. So I'm going to convert the blue colour to the more regular blue that I know means low. I'm going to convert the pink colour to orange for high. Yeah, and that's okay on the light dots. Okay, so I've learned what low and high is. Now, there was another thing about green lines that I didn't tell you before, which is that where they sit in places where their 2 neighbours see each other, like for that one, those 2 neighbours are in the same box. For that one, their 2 neighbours are in the same row. Then you can't be using 4 or 6. So those low digits are 1, 2, 3. These ones are from 7, 8, 9. I have to be careful here because that could be a 6 flanked by 1s. They don't see each other. So, did we get onto a light dot? We did. Does it help? It doesn't. Oh, we've got this. Now, that can't be a 3. That's 1 or 2. So this is 1, 2, or 4. It can't be 4 from the same rule about neighbours not seeing each other. So that's 1 or 2. And I don't think that really helped all that much. Right, but I'm going to look up here. Yeah, these 2 are digits of 1 colour, but they are both in these digits where monogamous digits can't go. So that couldn't be low, because they would have to be 3 and 4, and 4 would have 2 neighbours that see each other. So those are high, these are low. The central one of them has to be a 3. There's our second digit in the grid. That 3 has to be flanked by 8 and 9, and that makes this cell a 7, which can't touch a 3. So that's a bit of progress. The other digits in this column are 4, 5, 6. One of them is on a dot. I was going to say this looks like a sequence of 4 digits, either ascending or descending, but it doesn't necessarily, because those 2 could be the same. Oh, 1, 2 pair in the box gives us a 3 there. That can't touch a 7. This is now 7, 8, or 9. These are low, but they could include a 4. In fact, they will include a 4 because of that 1, 2, 4 triple that I've just noticed. I don't know the... Do I have a way of knowing the colours in box 1? I don't think so. What I can do is do alternating colours in different colours. So red there, yellow alternating. Then this one is to have the count of yellow and red cells right. It's going to have to go that way round. Yeah, I don't think that's telling me enough. 3. So these digits are 5, 6, 7. Ooh, 5, 6, 7, and 1 digit from 1 and 2. Now that's interesting for this, isn't it? It can't have a 5 on, so it's got either a 6 or a 7 on, and a 1 or 2 to go with that. Maybe it's not. Yeah, this digit surely is going to struggle to be a 6 or a 7. It couldn't be a 6 because it's got neighbours that see each other. If it was a 7, that would be a 1, 2 pair, and that would be a 1, 2 pair, and this digit cannot be 1 or 2. So that's not a 7, so it's low. Now I can say all of these are high. That one is 6 or 7. These are from 5, 6, 7. Now I've got 3 high digits. It's very close. I want to say these two are low because they have to be the same polarity, but I have to be a little cautious because one of them could be a 5. I'll tell you what, even if that was a 5, this will go high, and that will use up all 4 high digits. So if it's not a 5, it's low, and that must be low. If it is a 5, all the high digits are gone, and that must be low. So that's low. This is high. I'm thrilled with that, but I don't actually know how it's going to help me. This is 1, 2, or 4. Okay, this digit, this can't be 1 or 2 because of the light green dot here. Because this can't be 1, 2, or 3. So that must now be a 4. And that's touching a 9 on the line, and that is going to get me some stuff done. So that 9 fixes 8 and 7 there. This can't be 7. This is 6 or 7. No, it's not. It's not 7 or 8. It could be 6 or it could be 9. This one is touching the 4 and is not a 3, so that's a 5. That gets no colour, but it sorts out 5 there. Might as well keep the colouring going. It might help box 1 at some point. I haven't figured out if it does yet. This is 4 or 6. Now, on the dark green dot, this is 2, 3, or 8. Well, it's not 8 because of the light green dot to a low digit. So that's 2 or 3. This one is not allowed to be 1 or 2. Oh, it is a 3 because it can't be 4 touching 8. So that's a 3. That's a 2. Now this is 4. Now this is 3. That's a 9 touching the 3. This is an 8 on the other side. This has become a 7. This is a high digit touching a 7. I don't know. It could be a 6. Now in this column there's a 6, 7 pair. I should have seen that before. This is 1 or 2. Little low digit. These can't be 4 anymore. This must be 3. Probably don't need the colouring anymore. I'm going to stop colouring now. Although I don't know. Still there's box 1 to resolve, isn't there? I'm going to stop colouring in these extraneous regions. Everything else in row 6 is 4, 5, or 6. Now, this light dot sequence, if that was 6, we would either crash into 4 or 8 by the time we got here, and that's not possible. So that's 5. To avoid the 4, we go up to 7. Then this is 6 or 8 as well. Okay, I am colouring in columns 1, 2, 3 and rows 1, 2, 3. This now has to be a 9, and actually the colouring told me that. That's 1 or 2. 9, 6, 8, 7. We can place 4 in the box. Then in this row, we finish with a 5, 6 pair. Oh, I've still got an L line that I haven't done anything with. This is high, 7 or 8. The other 7 or 8 goes here with a 1 or a 2. That's not actually very revealing. That 6 is revealing, but that doesn't tell me what the blue digit here is. Right, there's a 6 by Sudoku in those cells that are coloured yellow and red. I know it can't be red because that has not just 2 but even 3 neighbours that see each other. So the 6 is going to have to go in one of what I'm now making orange, and that sorts out the colouring here. And it's also going to have to go next to a 1. So I can fill in the 1. That is 2 or 3. These include a 4, and that must be a 9 as a result of that. These are the remaining high digits in the row, and that's a 2, 4 pair. Now, that's going to give me the colour alternation on the L line. This feels like it's going to be a 9, but I'm going to write 7 or 9 because I don't know that. That's 1 or 2, that's 7 or 8. These are from 1, 2, 3, 5. These are from 6, 7, 8. I think the rest of this is largely going to be Sudoku, although I say that and then I always miss some utterly blatant German whispers thing, so I've got to keep my eye out for those. 5, 6, oh, 6 and 7 are looking at this cell. So that's an 8. That gives me a 6, 7 pair. This has to be a 5 now. That's become a 3. Didn't notice that in the column. 2 and 8 still to place, and I can do that. Okay, I'm going to get rid of all the colouring in the grid because it's done its job fully now. These are from 1, 2, 4, which is a triple now in the bottom row as well. 6 in the bottom row has to be there. Oh, that was very obvious and I hadn't seen it. 2 there is giving me a 1 here. That sorts out my dark green dot. 3 and 5. That is, oh, that's a 2, so that's a 4 at the bottom. There's a 1, 2 pair there. That's a 3, 4 pair. I can't, oh, I can do that digit by German whisper rules. Excellent. Okay, good. So that makes that 6, that's 7. This one's become 6. Yes, that makes this a 1. And now I'm having typing problems. 1, 2, 4, they're resolved. Now the 4 by German whispers forces the 9, and it forces that by Sudoku. So almost all, in fact, that's going to be all of the first 6 columns done fully. That's a 1. We're skating along now. 1 there, 5, 8, 6, 2, 4. These are 3, 7, and 9. That is not 3, so that is. Down here we've got 5, 7, and 9. Ah, I'm still going to have to use a whisper or something somewhere, I think. Or maybe just a pair. There's a 7, 9 pair. Oh, there's a 5 in this column. Right, that's quite telling. 2, 4 there, good. That's now a 9. This has become a 7, and we're going to finish off with a 7 and a 9, and that's not too hard at all. Pickles, says the solution, which probably means congratulations. Now, thousands of people have done this in a month. I'm not surprised. It's good fun. It's a crazy puzzle. But thank you, Lorena, for sending that. And we have attempted your pickle puzzle. Which, of course, I didn't even mention that it's spelt out pickle almost completely at the top. And I guess this green line at the bottom with the pickles on it look like a cornichon. That's a pastry of sorts involving pickles, I believe. Anyway, there we go. Thank you for watching, as always. Hope you had fun with a relatively straightforward puzzle today. Very clever by Lorena. And I'd love to know how AI would interpret those rules. Maybe it's contextual enough to cope, but humans are beautiful. See you again soon. Bye for now.